Border issues. The Sunday, June 22nd, 2008. Imperial Valley Press article, funds sought for local costs. Picture of Representative Bob Filner. But funds sought for local costs, subtitle, federal legislation would require federal government to reimburse local government agencies. By Victor Morales. Calexico. A bill recently introduced in Congress that was inspired by Calexico's woes over the cost of police and other emergency services to border-related incidents could provide fiscal relief for hundreds of governments along the nation's two international borders. The Save Our Borders Communities Act of 2008, drafted and introduced by Representative Bob Filner, Democrat Chula Vista, will direct the Department of Homeland Security to compensate local governments responding to border-related incidents if it passes. I am really happy. I know for Calexico Fire Chief Pete Mercado and myself it's been difficult. I wasn't sure if anybody was listening, Calexico Police Chief Jim Najjar said Saturday. Najjar's 50-member force spends a quarter of its time responding to incidents at the downtown Calexico port of entry, the Border Patrol Station, and other locales handling incidents related to the border. Recently, a considerable amount of manpower has been spent investigating two shootings spurred by the local human trafficking trade. The Calexico Fire Department attributes one-third of its calls to medical aids related to the border. Falls from the 15-foot border fence and heat stress keep paramedics busy. Imperial County spent $5.5 million in 2006 for law enforcement and criminal justice service costs related to undocumented immigrants, costing each resident of the county $34.59 per year, according to a recent study by the University of Arizona that tracked the costs endured by counties on the U.S.-Mexico border. Reached Saturday, Filner said it is time the federal government pays its share. It's so expensive. This is stuff that falls under federal responsibility. They, local governments, have enough to worry about, and they should at least be reimbursed, Filner said. The bill, still in its infant stages and without amendments, sits in the House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. No funding mechanism is detailed in the draft, but it sets funding to begin during fiscal year 2009, which starts in October. Filner said more details would be written into the bill as it gets refined during the committee and hearing process. Najjar said he is hopeful. The bill originated from an article reported in the Imperial Valley Press in March, Filner said. The story reported a policy change at the Calexico Police Department that curtailed and in some cases discontinued responses to the port of entry, where U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers net criminal suspects subject to state and city jurisdiction. That's what prompted this. I thank you for what you guys wrote. It keeps us in touch with what we should be doing, Filner said. Since then, Filner's aides conferred with impacted agencies along his district, including Calexico. He found Calexico was not alone. We spoke to fire departments and police departments and others along the border, and they are all experiencing the same thing. It's true everywhere, he said. Collectively, counties on the southern border belt spent $1.23 billion from 1999 to 2006 on border-related law enforcement costs, according to the University of Arizona study.